Belinda and HarperAudio Australia present this unabridged recording of The Unquiet Grave, D.I. Cormac Reilly, Book 4, written by Dervla McTiernan and read by Aoife McMahon. For my mother, who brought me to the library and bought me a gingerbread man. Mum, I love you. Prologue. Saturday, 11th of November, 2017. Leonie Muller's feet were cold. She was wearing a pair of Wellington boots that were at least 2 sizes too big for her. Her jacket was her own, so that fit at least, but it wasn't up to the constant, endless, dripping Irish sky. When she had put her jacket on in the morning, it had still been wet from the day before, and now the dampness had soaked through into her jumper and her t-shirt and even her bra and underpants, so that she felt sodden all the way through. How could Irish people live like this? In their damp little houses, waking every day to the darkness and the sound of rain lashing against the windows. Going to school or work or whatever, with heavy grey clouds over their heads. It rained in Heidelberg too, of course, and there were cold days, but the weather at home was at least reasonable, whereas Leonie hadn't seen the sun once since they got off the plane. In Galway, it seemed that when it wasn't lashing, it was drizzling or spitting or threatening, or there was hail or mizzle or sleet or whatever. Leonie was purposely not using her English on this trip, mostly because refusing to speak English annoyed her father, but she had already learned that the Irish had too many words for rain. She trudged across the field, her eyes on her father's back. Walter was pushing a wheelbarrow, but he was still walking faster than she was, and he was drawing ahead. Soon he would turn around and look at her with sad eyes and disappointment. Leonie gritted her teeth. He was so irritating. He was her father, so yeah, of course she loved him. That was kind of part of the deal. But he made it so hard. Why did he always have to be right about everything? Why did he always have to be so confident about his own opinions? It never seemed to occur to him that she wasn't a little kid anymore, that she might actually know something about the world that he didn't, that her opinions might have some value. For example, that Leonie not wanting to spend her precious 2 weeks of holiday in a damp cottage in the middle of nowhere was actually a completely legitimate, arguable position that should be taken into account before decisions were made. Leonie's mother, Ilse, was walking just ahead and to the right, carrying a shovel, balancing it on her shoulder. Ilse walked with her head up and her hood pulled back. Her hair was soaked. Leonie hurried until she caught up with her mother. "Let me carry the shovel," she said. Ilse smiled. Her cheeks were pink from the cold. "It's not a shovel," she said. "It's a schlon." Leonie didn't smile back. She reached out and took the shovel, the schlon, from her mother. It was heavier than she'd expected, but she balanced it on her shoulder like Ilse had done and walked on. Ilse fell into step beside her. Ahead of them, Walter was beginning to struggle with the wheelbarrow. "This is so stupid," Leonie said. Ilse said nothing. "It's really stupid," Leonie said. Still nothing from her mother. "It's our holiday too. Why do we have to walk about in a muddy field just because that's what he wants?" "It's not a muddy field, it's a bog." There was a smile in Ilse's voice. She was nearly always happy. Why was she happy when she was married to a man who dragged his family about doing stupid? "Yeah," said Walter, interrupting Leonie's train of thought. He'd stopped.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?